Life itself is punishment.
Why don't those people in the Go Home Club go home?
Miss March, please, look straight into my eyes. Just like that. Perfect. Now, I'll need you to repeat these next few lines after me, and do so in the same tone of voice.
Okay.
The sky is blue, not a dazzling display of sparks.
The sky is blue, not a dazzling display of sparks.
Though dazzling sparks may light up the night sky, they can never outshine the eternal silence of stars.
Are you kidding? That's one sentence? Okay, though dazzling sparks may light up the night sky, they can never outshine the eternal silence of stars?
Very good.
Very good.
The internet is both an umbilical cord and a waste duct for the mind, through which humanity's thirst for elation gave birth to the twisted Sparksy.
Whoa there! That's a bit much. Maybe she can be the one to say it?
These are the test sentences I improvised according to the guidelines from the Human and Intellitron Emotional Baseline Test. I carefully observe the subject's micro-expressions and tone changes at the moment they say the name Sparksy, to check if they are infected by a mimetic virus.
So I passed the test, right?
Given how fascinating your reaction was, I clearly don't need to worry about you. Should you find yourself experiencing any live stream addiction withdrawal symptoms later, feel free to contact the Department of Aberration Defense staff. We'll provide you with a series of corrective behavioral treatments.
You're handling this like a real pro, Miss Kuchiba. Has this kind of thing happened before?
It's impossible to predict what will happen during the Phantasmoon Games. Once, a supplicant reversed the definitions of truth and lies, which nearly caused massive civil unrest. After that incident, we incorporated mimetic treatment into the Department of Aberration Defense's emergency safety protocols. Sparksy Khan didn't cause any casualties this time. But if your partner hadn't stopped Sparksy from spreading the virus, she might have turned into a calamity-level aberration. Without proper containment measures, a calamity-level aberration can destroy dozens of cities as it spreads. That's the scale we're talking about. That's the Department of Aberration Defense's term for them. It usually refers to Imaginae infused with wish power who have lost control and begun to run amok. Over time, though, it's become a label that gets slapped onto any hazardous entity.
You? An aberration? What are you talking about? Though, I gotta say, you do look pretty weird with that mask on.
Don't tell me you're a Cosmicon collective player. The Department of Aberration Defense's hazard ratings are nothing like the power ratings in some card game. Right then, that's all for the required checkup. If you're interested in aberration calamity threat levels and how they're classified, you might want to take a look at this document. However, do bear in mind that causing damage of the aforementioned scale during the Phantasmoon games will cause you to be classified as an aberration and dealt with accordingly. Before I leave, there's one more thing I need to tell you. Remember Lyndon Skott? The man who served as your tour guide. He was murdered.
What? Though, given how he's behaved, he's definitely rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. But I doubt any of it was serious enough to get him killed. Right?
Oh, seems like you are quite familiar with him.
You don't suspect us, do you? I wouldn't exactly call Scott a friend, but we'd never do anything like that to him.
Easy there, young lady. I haven't even started asking questions yet. Of course, there's no way the renowned heroes of the Express would harm some lowly IPC employee simply because they had a problem with him. More importantly, both of you have solid alibis. The initial results of our investigation suggest his murder might be connected to the Phantasmoon games. I'm informing you both of this to warn you to be extremely careful. The Phantasmoon games are far from a simple game intended for passing the time or relaxation. Anyway, I wish you success. Farewell.
Mitsuki-san、私の目を見て。そう、そのまま。次は私のトーンを真似て、私が言ったことを繰り返して。
わかった。
空は青い。けれど、火花のように輝いているわけじゃない。
空は青いけれど火花のように輝いているわけじゃない。
騒がしい火花は夜を照らすことはできても、星々の長い沈黙に勝つことはできない。
ちょっと長くない？騒がしい火花は夜を照らすことはできても、星々の長い沈黙に勝つことはできない？
上手よ。
上手よ。
インターネットは心のへその緒であり、総排泄口でもある。それを通ってきた優越に対する人間の渇望からいびつな火花が生まれた。
なんかそれを繰り返すのは恥ずかしいっていうか、この子に言ってもらうんじゃダメ？
今のは人類及びオムニックの基本的感情の検出についてにあるルールに従って 私が作ったテスト文よ。文章の内容に意味はないわ。君が火花という時の表情と声のトーンの変化を細かく観察することで、ミームウイルスに感染している可能性があるかどうかを判断していたの。
それじゃあうちはクリア？
ええ、感染の心配はなさそう。それに反応もとても面白かった。もしこの後ライブ配信依存症の後遺症とおぼしき症状が出たら、超常現象管理局の職員に連絡してちょうだい。専用の治療プログラムを用意するわ。
口葉さん、なんか手慣れてる感じがするけど、前にも似たようなことがあったの？
期間中に何が起こるか予想もつかないのが現月遊戯よ。以前ある聖越者が真実と嘘の定義を逆転させたせいで、大きな内乱に発展しかけてしまって、それ以降ミームの治療は超常現象管理局の緊急安全対策に取り入れられることになったの。今回の火花大会では人的被害こそ出なかったけど、もし君の仲間が火花のウイルス拡散を止めていなかったら、彼女は酸化級の祭位になっていたかもしれないわ。何の対策もないまま拡散が進めば数十の都市を破壊する。影響範囲はこれくらいね。ええ、超常現象管理局の呼び方よ。本来眼力を受けた上で力の制御を失った現像種を指すんだけど、時間とともに危害をもたらす存在全般を指すようになったの。
何？自分も3位だって言いたいの？確かに今の仮面姿は怪しいし変な感じだけど。
3位のレベル分けをコズミックフォースのレベルのようなものと思っているのかしら。超常現象管理局が下した評価をカードゲームと一緒にしないでちょうだい。はい、これで確認の手続きは終了よ。もし3位の危険レベルに興味があるのなら、この資料を見てみるといいわ。現月遊戯の期間中にそこに記載されているような破壊行動を取ったら3位討伐の対象になる。くれぐれも忘れないでね。あともう一点知らせておきたいことがあるの。君たちのガイドを務めたリンドン・スコートを覚えているかしら。彼は殺されたわ。
え？今までのスコートのやり方を思い返すと、確かにいろんな人から恨みは買ってそう。でもそれって殺されるほどのことかな。
彼のことをよく知っているようね。
え？もしかしてうちらを疑ってるの？スコートは友達とは言えないけど、だからって手なんて絶対出さないよ。
そう警戒しないでお嬢さん。まだ何も聞いていないでしょ。宇宙に名を轟かせる列車の英雄がカンパニーの一社員に手を出すはずないわ。因縁があったとしてもね。何より君たちにはアリバイがあるもの。この殺人事件はおそらく現月遊戯に関係している。君たちに今の内容を教えたのは、よく気をつけるようにという忠告よ。現月遊戯は決して暇つぶしに楽しむゲームじゃない。とにかく君の願いが叶うことを祈っているわ。それじゃ。
スコートがちょっと信じられないよ。でも口葉さんがそう言うんだからきっと本当なんだよね。現月遊戯ちょっと怖いかも。あんたはどう思う？うちもスコートって時々ひょいって現れて厄介事を引き起こすけど、遊戯の間に急に殺されちゃうなんてさすがに心が痛むよ。 もし犯人が幻月遊戯を狙ってるなら私たちの敵になるかもね。幻月遊戯、だってせっかく姫子がうちらに任せてくれたのに、うち幻月遊戯に参加するスタートラインにすら立ててないんだもん。まあいっか、うちはあんたと違ってもともとヒーロー気質じゃないしゲームにもついていけないから、幻月遊戯に向いてるのはあんたの方かも。でも残念、せっかく姫子の故郷に遊びに来たからみんなと一緒に楽しい思い出を作ろうって思ってたのに、結局ナノの分まで頑張って幻月遊戯で勝ってみせるよ。でも本当に危ない時に無理しちゃダメなのはあんたも同じだよ。うちらはいつだってあんたの味方だってこと忘れないでね。そういえば姫子と幼おじちゃんは2人も確認とか事情聴取されてるのかな。幼おじちゃんにメッセージを送ってみない？
Scott, could he actually... I just can't believe it! But it was Miss Kuchiba who told us, so it must be true. So, the Phantas Moon games. Pretty frightening, huh? What's your take? Yeah. Even though Scott pops up now and then to give us a bit of trouble, I still feel bad about him dying so suddenly during the Phantas Moon games like this. And without even knowing why.
If the killer is here for the Phantasman games, they might become our enemies soon.
The Phantas Moon games. Good thing Himeko entrusted this mission to the two of us. Who would have imagined that the Great March herself would be stopped at the doorstep in the very first round? Forget it. I'm not like you. I was never hero material to begin with. Normally my hands can't even keep up with my brain when I play video games. You're definitely the right person for the Phantas Moon games. It's just such a shame. We finally get a chance to vacation in Himeko's hometown, and I thought we'd make some happy memories together. But...
I'll triumph in the Phantasmoon games in your stead.
All right. But look, don't push yourself too hard, okay, you? Remember that we've got your back. Oh, right. Where are Himeko and Mr. Yang? They must be getting examined and interrogated too, right? Why don't you send Mr. Yang a message?
Mr. Yang said he wanted to hear what happened between Himeko and her dad.
I can't blame him for being curious. I really want to know too.
Burn away! tomorrow.
Trouble out to scatter.
That's all of it.
I have something for you.
Extra love. An explosive start.
One step closer to the stars.
You're here. Himeko hasn't mentioned her father at all in the time since I've boarded. So, what is going on between them? As you were the only one with her at the time, you're the only one I can ask.
Yeah, it really threw me for a sec when you said Himeko's father. But when you think about it, it's only natural that Himeko has a father, right? Not everyone's like me, thawed out of an ice block.
Years ago, the Phantasmoon Games of that year came to be remembered as the Blood-Stained Games. So many parents lost their children. So many people lost those dearest to them. One of the victims was my very own daughter. Upon my return, I stood before the grave where she was laid to rest. Her name was Himeko. So, this lady who bears her name, who exactly are you?
15 years ago, when I made up my mind to join this Phantasmoon Games, my father wasn't with me. Even as I fought for my life against the Herald of Death, my father was still off somewhere, wandering the cosmos. Strictly speaking, ever since I can remember, his presence in my life has been as thin as the air in space. So, I would ask you, who bears his name, who exactly are you?
Well, look at you. What are you getting so worked up over? Just a joke. A joke. It's been 15 years after all. And you've grown into such a fine young lady. How could you expect your old man to recognize you right off the bat? So, what's with that gravestone I saw with your name on it then?
When you don't know if you'll live to see tomorrow, there's nothing strange about getting your affairs in order in advance, is there, Mr. Ryusuke?
Mr. Ryusuke? How could you be so formal with your own father? At least call me Dad like you used to, okay? Hold it. And you are... Don't tell me. Himeko, is this your child?
Oh, could you please stop making things worse?
I haven't seen you in 15 years, and now I'm a grandfather. Wait. Who's the father?
That's enough! You are looking at my colleague, generation of trailblazer, my friend and my companion on the Astral Express. Do you understand now, Father?
You hear that? She called me father. Hello there, my friend. Sorry about that. I thought you were Himeko's daughter for a second there. You must forgive me. I'm just an old-timer who's lost touch with the times. I'm a painter. Most of my work involves traveling to different segmenta to complete commissions for my clients. Himeko. I know I've let too many chances to spend time with you slip away.
Just slip away? The first time we met was at Mother's funeral, when I was already 6 years old. Let's put that aside for now. Were you also too busy with work when I was suffering from a weathering curse?
You might not believe me, but I've been running around for your sake all this time. All these years, I've been trapped in this room that represents the past that I imaginated. And I've never left it.
You didn't know about me becoming the Express's navigator either?
"15 years. The Express never stopped here once. You didn't even leave behind so much as a single word to indicate you were still alive. And the Department of Aberration Defense completely sealed off all records of what happened during those Phantom Moon games. I did hear many rumors about the Astral Express, though. I even saw the navigator's name. At first, I thought it was just someone else with the same name. And even when curiosity drove me to look up your picture, I still didn't dare believe that the woman so full of poise and grace was my daughter. She'd grown up safe, becoming a living legend in her own right. I thought about contacting the Express, but what if their navigator was just someone who happened to share the same name? I've been clinging to an absurd notion that if I never sought the answer, there was still a 50-50 chance my daughter was still alive. But if I found the answer, and it was no, then she would truly be dead. So, Himeko, how did you...
I'd rather not tarry here too long. I'll be taking my leave now, Dean. The Express has defeated the supplicant that occupied this school and prevented another tragedy like the one 15 years ago. Now it's time for you to fulfill the duties you failed in back then. Go comfort those students, and see if you can't figure out how to deal with the media bombardment while you're at it.
Failed in my duties. So, still mad at me.
来たか。列車に乗ってから姫子が父親の話をしているのを聞いたことがなくてな。父親との間に何かあったんじゃないかと気になっていたんだ。あの時、姫子のそばにいたんだろ。もし何か知っていれば教えてくれないか。
うちも姫子のお父さんに会ったって聞いた時、一瞬って思っちゃったんだけど、考えてみればお父さんがいるって当たり前だよね。みんながみんなうちみたいに氷から出てきたわけじゃないし。
15年前の幻月遊戯は血塗られた遊戯と呼ばれている。多くの人が大切な人間を亡くした。 我が子を失った人も大勢いただろう。被害者の一人に俺の娘もいた。ここに戻った時、娘が眠っているという墓をこの目で見た。娘の名は姫子。それで娘の名を名乗るそちらの女性、君は一体誰なんだ
？15年前、幻月遊戯に参加すると決めた時、父は私のそばにいなかった。私が棺魔と戦って窮地に追い込まれた時も、宇宙のどこかをフラフラしてたわ。私の成長において、父というものの存在感は、物心ついた時から宇宙にある空気みたいに薄いものだった。というのが正直なところかしら。それで、父を名乗るあんたは一体誰？
まったくどうしたんだ、そんなにカッカして。ちょっとした冗談じゃないか。15年も経ってるんだぞ。すっかり大人になった君を見ても一目でわかるわけがないだろう。それであれは一体どういうことだ？君の名前が刻まれた墓は。
明日が来るかどうかもわからない人間が身辺整理を早めに済ませておくのは当然でしょ？龍介さん。
龍介さん？どうしてそんなによそよそしい呼び方を？せめて昔みたいに父さんはダメなのか？待った。こちらはまさか姫子？君の子か？
もう話をややこしくしないでちょうだい。
15年ぶりに娘と再会できたと思ったらおじいちゃんにまでなれるとは。いや待て、この子の父親は誰なんだ？
いい加減にして。この子は私の同僚で後輩で友人、そして請求列車の仲間よ。分かった？父さん。
聞いたか？ついに父さんって呼んでくれたぞ。いや、すまないなお嬢ちゃん。危うく姫子の子だと思い込むところだった。時代遅れのジジイだからな。すまん。画家という仕事柄、俺は依頼主の要望に応じて創作をするために、人生の大半は様々な聖域を行き来しなければならない。そのせいで一緒にいてやれず、寂しい思いをさせてしまったことも分かっている。
寂しい思いね。母さんの葬式で初めて会ったけど、あの時私はもう6歳よ。それはいいとしても、私が風化の呪いに苛まれてた時、その時もあんたは仕事で忙しかったの？
信じてもらえないかもしれないが、あれからずっと姫子のために努力してきた。自分で作ったこの過去の部屋に長らく閉じ込められていて、最近やっと出てこられたんだ。
私が列車のナビゲーターになったことについても何も知らないのね。
ああ、15年の間、列車はここに一度も停車しなかっただろう。それに、君から生きているという知らせもなかったからな。そして、あの幻月遊戯で起きたことは、超常現象管理局によって、すべての情報が秘されてしまった。請求列車についての噂ならいろいろ聞いたし、ナビゲーターの名前を見たこともある。だが、同盟の別人だろうと思ったんだ。 好奇心に駆られて写真を見つけた時でさえ確信を持てなかった。そこに写っている上品な女性が自分の娘で、無事に一人前になって伝説の人物にまでなっているとはどうにもな。列車と連絡を取ることも考えたが、もしそのナビゲーターが単に名前が同じだけの人だったらと思って諦めてしまった。答えを探さなければ娘が生きている確率は5割のままだが、生きていることを否定する証拠が見つかってしまったら、娘は本当に死んでしまったことになる。俺はずっとこんな馬鹿げた考えを抱いていたんだ。それで姫子、君は一体どうやって？
あんまりここに長居はしたくないの。もう行くわ、校長先生。列車はこの学校を乗っ取ってた聖越者を倒して15年前のような悲劇が再び起こることを防いだ。あんたも15年前に果たせなかった義務をしっかりと果たすべきよ。学生たちを落ち着かせて、ついでにメディアの質問攻めにどう対処すべきか考えておいてちょうだい。
果たせなかった義務か。まだ許してもらえそうにはないな。お嬢ちゃん、少し話さないか。急にこんなことを聞いてすまないが、姫子は自分の名字について一度も話したことがないのか？そうか。俺が不甲斐ないばっかりにあの子を傷つけてしまったんだな。だが15年前に一体何が？信じられない。風化の呪いを乗り越えるだなんて。伝説の絵師グラフィエがこの星の地表にあるもの全てを絵巻に収めたという話は知っているか？彼女はその偉業を成し遂げるために自分と子孫の命を捧げてある禁忌の取引をしたと言われている。その結果が風化の呪い。グラフィエの血を引く者は大半が30歳を迎える前に命を落とす。青少年の時に手足が花のようにしおれていき、肌が油絵のように乾いてひび割れてしまうのがほとんどだ。姫子も例外ではない。あの子は長年その呪いに苦しめられていた。何か俺のしたことなどもう重要じゃない。薬乞いの風変わりな療法に博識学会のセラピーまで全て試した。それでも風化の呪いを解くことはできなかった。そこに時間を費やしたせいで、俺はあの子が俺を最も必要としていた時にそばにいてやれなかった。俺は所詮無能な父親でしかなかったんだ。俺はしがない婿入りだからな。グラフィエの血を受け継いでいるわけではないんだ。ああ、その通りだな。俺がバカだった。あの子がどうやって乗り越えたかではなく、俺の娘が帰ってきたこと。今一番大事なのはそこだ。それで十分さ。お嬢ちゃん、ぶしつけな頼みだが、娘の職場を見学させてもらえないだろうか。これまで娘には十分な愛情を注いでやれなかった。できれば埋め合わせをしたい。娘のことをもっと知りたいんだ。
それは確かに印象的な親子の再会だな。つい故郷でのことを思い出してしまう。
顔してるけど、印象的ってどの辺が？
俺の両親も仕事で忙しい人で、親子の時間はほとんどなかったんだ。子供だった俺はそれがどうしても不満でな。だが自分が父親になって初めて、そばにいたくてもいてあげられないという気持ちを理解できるようになった。
そういうものなんだ。あ、それで竜介さんに列車を案内するって約束したの？そうだよね、姫子のお父さんだもん。それで竜介さんは？
どうやら皆さんを待たせてしまったようだな。申し訳ない。娘がいつも世話になっている。
こちらこそ、姫子にはいつも助けられてばかりだ。
それでは案内を頼めるかな。
Truly a memorable father-daughter reunion. Brings up some memories of my own home as well.
There goes Mr. Yang with that knowing look again. Just what kind of parent-child relationship are we talking about anyway?
When I was a child, my parents were also always busy with work and were unable to spare a moment for me. As a child, I couldn't help but feel resentful. It wasn't until I became a father myself that I understood how they felt when they were forced to sacrifice the time we could have spent together.
So, did you already promise to give Mr. Ryusuke a tour of the Express? Thought as much. After all, it's Himeko's dad. So, where is he?
Ah, everyone's here. Sorry to keep you all waiting. I'm truly grateful to all of you for looking after my daughter.
Not at all. She's the one who's been taking care of us.
Would you all be so kind as to show me around? Hey there, kid. Would you mind showing me the way?
So, それでは案内を頼めるかな。
So, this is the Astral Express. Really lives up to its reputation. It's even more impressive than I imagined. As to be expected, of course, huh? It's the place where my daughter works. By the way, what's the pay like for a navigator? Does a position come with insurance and an annual bonus?
Talk about parental love. First thing out of his mouth is asking about her salary. Like I'd have a clue. Help! A little backup here? Nice one. Parents can probably relax as long as their kids aren't making less than they are, right?
Really? Don't underestimate me, kid. I've got big shots from across the cosmos on my client list. While I wouldn't say my work is worth a king's ransom, my fees are nothing to sneeze at.
Mr. Ryusuke, please rest assured, none of the Express crew ever lack for money. We not only receive support from members of the Genius Society, but also from prosperous commercial worlds, such as the Planet of Festivities.
Ah, good, good. Hearing you say that is a huge relief, Mr. Yang. Speaking of which, What kind of work does being a navigator generally entail?
Don't you underestimate Himeko either. Her daily duties include, charting navigation routes, calibrating warp jumps, and technical maintenance. Not to mention she's always guiding the Nameless on missions.
Oh, my daughter is really something else, isn't she?
Of course! Every time we return safely from a trailblazing expedition, it's all thanks to Himeko's guidance and protection. She's the backbone of the Astral Express. Hey, come on! You're just trying to stir up trouble. If Himeko's the backbone of the Express, then our conductor is the absolute cutest and hardest working of all. Right, Pom Pom?
Oh? We got a new passenger? This gentleman does look kind of familiar. No wonder he felt so familiar. How are you, Mr. Ryusuke?
Conductor? Oh. So you must be my daughter's superior, huh? Well, thank you for taking such good care of her all this time.
Superior? That's way too formal. It's Himeko who's been taking care of the Express and everyone on it.
He's... What is he doing on the Express?
It's all my fault. I was just curious about your daily work, so I asked your colleagues to show me around. And I know I didn't ask your permission first. Just please don't be mad, Himeko.
Mad? Why would I be mad? Mr. Ryusuke, welcome aboard the Astral Express. Is there anything else you'd like to see? I can show you around.
Well, I know you'd rather keep your distance from your good-for-nothing father. You're on a journey, and it's rude of me to barge in like this. But it's been way too long since we last saw each other. As your father, I want to get to know you better. Make up for all the time we've lost. At least while you're staying here, please allow me to show you some of the fatherly care and devotion I owe you. Will you?
Excuse me? Why don't the two of you go to the party car? Shush, get the drinks ready.
Shush. All right. I'll go make some tea.
That's just our domestic robot's name. Come on, Father. People are resting here. Let's not disturb them. Oh, and, come with us. I want to talk about the Phantasmoon games, not just personal matters.
They left. Whoa. That's the first time I've seen Himeko be that cold to anyone. Oh, what are you still doing here? Himeko asked you to go to the party car. I get it. Reunions are private, and you don't want to spoil it for them. That's fair. It won't hurt to give them some time.
I hope a drink will help the two of them set aside their past differences. If they do argue, I'm counting on you to play peacemaker.
So that's Himeko's father. No wonder he looked so familiar. 父親じゃったか。なんとなく知っている雰囲気なのも道理じゃな。
何か飲みながらゆっくり話して過去のあれこれを水に流してくれるといいんだが、もし親子喧嘩になったら仲裁を頼むぞ。
あれ、まだいたの？パーティー車両に来てって姫子に言われてたじゃん。ははん、わかった。さては親子水入らずの時間を邪魔したくないんだ。それならまあもうちょっとしてから行ってもいいかもね。
親子の間に流れる冷たい沈黙を破るために最も理想的な飲み物は熱々のホットドリンクに他なりません。飲んだ人が「熱い!」と叫べばすぐにもう一人から「大丈夫?」と心配する声が返ってきて、そこから会話も自然に展開していくのです。注意、これは単なるジョークではなく、凍りついた空気を解消するいわゆるアイスブレイクのコツですよ。
本当に面白いロボットだな。ここは予想以上に居心地が良くてリラックスできる職場のようだ。
なるほど、今すぐ消えましょう。
七死人の仕事は決して居心地が良くてリラックスできるようなものじゃないわ。私たちが相手をするのはほとんどの場合、反物質レギオンのボイドレンジャーに公害が残した虫、ポリジン、そして列車に対して警戒心や悪意を抱く組織だもの。
そんなに危ないのか。なら今回帰ってきたことを機にやめてしまったらどうだ。俺も年を取ったし、グラフィエ学院は新しい校長を必要としている。ちょうどいいじゃないか。
そんなつもりで言ってるわけじゃないって分かってるでしょ。私は一度決めたことは絶対に曲げないの。6歳の時銀河を旅する話をしてくれたわよね。その時から決めてたの。私はいつか必ず星空に足を踏み入れるんだって。
父さんも冗談のつもりで言ってみただけさ。列車が普段どんなことをしているのかについて俺だって全く知らないわけじゃない。そうだ、列車が来ると知って君たちの冒険団をモデルにした漫画を買ったんだ。
晴天航路モフモフ号かしら。まさかあんたが漫画を読むなんて思わなかったわ。
そうだよな。バットを振り回している主人公のラクーンはあの子がモデルなんだろ
う。画家としての目は確かね。ほらこっちにいらっしゃい。二人きりで話す時間を作ってくれてありがとう。
やっと君の笑顔が見られたな。再会してから初めてだ。ところで今回帰ってきた訳を教えてくれないか。
前に言ったかもしれないけど幻月遊戯のためよ。
ひょっとして15年前に風化の呪いを克服できたのも幻月遊戯のおかげだったということか。
ええ。
なるほど、それなら不思議はない。参加したことがない人にとって遊戯は歴史の文献に残る記録でしかないし、神話のようなものだからな。
でもまさかアイオンのゲームが一夜にして凄惨なものに変わるなんて思いもしなかったわ。失ゲマは 人間性のかけらもない狂人だった。もしあの時私が彼を倒せなかったら、二次元シティが彼の餌食になってたかもしれない。旅に出た最初の数年は毎晩のようにあの日のことを夢に見てたわ。あの時の空は血のように真っ赤で、たくさんの血と恐怖と悲鳴で塗り上げたような夕焼けだった。あの男は絵の具のチューブでも絞るみたいに人を折り曲げて、いびつな粘土の塊のようにし、そうして辺り一面に飛び散る色を楽しみながら、この世界をキャンバスに見立てて塗りつぶそうとしてたの。たとえ最終的に被害者たちの仇を討てたとしても、彼らが生き返ることはない。あの日のことは重い荷物のようにずっと私の肩にのしかかってた。それを手放して初めてこの先の旅路を軽やかに歩めるようになるのよ。
今までよく頑張ったな。無事に戻ってこられて本当によかった。
もう戻ってくるつもりはなかったけど、状況が変わったの。現月遊戯の条件がまた満たされた。わずか15年の間に2回も開催されるなんて尋常じゃないわ。15年前と同じようにカンパニーは全てをコントロールしようとしてる。でも最も気まぐれなアイオンが定めたこのゲームは確実に誰の手にも負えないものになるでしょう。超常現象管理局から情報をもらったわ。この子はもう知ってそうだけど、鳩川区で殺人事件が起きた。何者かがシーウィッシュマフィアの本部で大量殺人を行って、かつて失ゲマが残した痕跡、結果を残していったの。
なんだと、失ゲマがまだ生きているのか。
超常現象管理局によれば、僭越者だった失ゲマは裁判で判決を言い渡され、すでに処刑されてるそうよ。それに万が一生き返ったとしても、同じ人が2度僭越者になることはできないのが現月遊戯のルール。
つまり今回の事件は誰かによる模倣というわけか。
ええ、失ゲマの模倣犯と見ていいと思うわ。でもそれより気がかりなのは、この現月遊戯がさらに恐ろしい何かに狙われてることの方よ。今のところ失ゲマの模倣犯が現月遊戯と関係するかはまだわからないけど、あんたが犯人を倒せば二層楽園に七死人の信念を示すいい機会になるんじゃないかしら。その通りよ。ところで父さん、最近何か依頼は入ってないの？もしできるならしばらくこの世界を離れてた方がいいと思うわ。
その言葉は父を心配する娘の思いやりとして受け取ってもいいのか。
今の言葉は請求列車からの安全上のアドバイスだと思ってちょうだい。それからこの子が僭越者として現月遊戯に参加するの。私はそれを全力でサポートするつもりよ。そこでなんだけど、代々伝わる優越の仮面をしばらくこの子に預けさせてもらえない？
娘にここまで言われては反対意見なんて言えないな。分かった。仮面はこの子に預けよう。
ありがとう。話も一段落したし、もう一杯どう？
それはもう帰ってくれということか。確かに随分長居してしまったな。人生の大半は娘のそばにいてやれず、ようやくチャンスが来たかと思えば、さっさと消えろと言わんばかりの態度を取られるとは。はあ。それではこれで失礼するよ。
When it comes to breaking the icy silence between a father and daughter, nothing's better than a cup of hot water. The person who drinks it will yelp, "Hot!" and be immediately met with a concerned, "How could you be so careless?" from the other party. And just like that, the conversation starts flowing. Friendly reminder, that is not a joke, but a practical ice-breaking tip.
Oh. Your robot is hilarious. I'm surprised how relaxing and comfy the work environment is here.
Got it. I'll make myself scarce.
Being a nameless is neither relaxing nor comfy. Most of the time, we are facing down Void Rangers from the Antimatter Legion, bugs left by the Swarm disaster, Borisin, and various organizations that are suspicious of the Express or have malicious intentions for us.
That dangerous? Huh. Maybe this trip home is a great chance to quit your job, huh? Talk about coincidence. Just so happens I'm getting on in years. And Graphia Academy is in need of a new dean.
You know that's not what I meant. Once I've set my mind on something, I never look back. Ever since I was 6, when you told me those stories about traveling through the cosmos, I knew that someday I would walk among the stars.
Actually, I was just kidding. I'm not completely clueless about what the Express and what you do. Oh, like, once I knew the Express was coming, I even bought that comic series that's based on your adventures.
Please don't tell me it's fluffy across the blue. I never thought you'd be into comics.
That's right. The protagonist is a baseball bat-wielding raccoon. The character's based on that kid, right?
As an artist, you do have a good eye. Come over here. Thanks for giving us some time alone.
Himeko. That's the first time I've seen you smile since I've seen you this time. So, what brought you back home this time? What's the story behind our lucky meeting?
Like I said before, we're here for the Phantasmoon Games.
So, the Phantasmoon Games 15 years ago were the reason you were able to overcome the Weathering Curse?
Indeed.
I see. That makes sense. For those of us who haven't experienced the Ionic game firsthand, it's just something from the history books, or even akin to a myth.
But I never imagined that the Ionic game would turn into a blood sacrifice overnight. The Herald of Death was a heartless madman. If I hadn't defeated him then, all of Duomension City would have become his slaughterhouse. During the first few years of my journey, I relived that evening every single night in my dreams. The color of that twilight, painted with blood. So much blood, blended with terror and screams. The victims were twisted like clay into grotesque shapes, like paint tubes that had been snapped, one after the other. And that man, he reveled in the colors splattered everywhere and wanted the whole world to be his canvas. Even if I could avenge his victims, in the end, it won't bring them back to life. The entire thing is like a heavy piece of baggage. Only by letting it go can I travel the road ahead more easily.
You did your best, and I'm glad to see you made it back here safe and sound.
I thought I'd never come back. But the times have changed. The conditions to hold the Phantom Moon Games have been met again. However, to hold 2 games in just 15 years? That in itself is far from normal. Just like 15 years ago, the IPC wants to control everything. However, a game woven by the most fickle of eons is destined to slip through everyone's grasp. I received a report from the Department of Aberration Defense. I'm sure she must also have heard. There's been a brutal incident in Dovebrook District. Someone massacred everyone at the headquarters of the Sinwish Syndicate, leaving a signature that only the Herald of Death would use. The Bloody Bloom.
What? The Herald of Death is still alive?
People at the Department of Aberration Defense told me that the Herald of Death was executed after his verdict was passed. Even were he to be resurrected, the rules dictate that the same person cannot become a supplicant twice.
Are you saying we've got a copycat?
That's right. The Herald of Death has a copycat. But what I find even more worrying is that this Phantom Moon Games has caught the attention of something even more terrifying than the Herald of Death. I believe that whether or not this Herald of Death copycat has a connection to the Phantom Moon Games, defeating him presents an excellent opportunity for you to demonstrate the resolve of the Nameless to the whole of Plain Arcadia. Exactly. As for you, Dad, have any clients commissioned you lately? It'd be best if you left this world for a while.
Oh. May I take that as my daughter showing concern for her dad?
You can take it as a safety advisory from the Astral Express. Also, as she has already become a supplicant and joined the Phantom Moon Games, she will have my full support. I'd like her to temporarily keep the mask of elation that has been passed down through our family.
Too late for me to raise any objections at this point, right? Huh. Sounds good. The mask stays with the kid.
Thank you. Would you like another drink?
Got it. Next, it's time to show me the way out, isn't it? Oh, I've definitely overstayed my welcome. For most of my life, I couldn't be there for my daughter. And now that I finally have the chance, she wants me to leave. In that case, I ought to be on my way. Himeko. The Graphia family has a number of records about the Phantom Moon Games, passed down through the generations. Come over to the school library later. I'll give them to you.
I'll be there, Dad. I apologize. My father's little tour seems to have made things awkward for everyone on the Express. Let's head to the parlor car and check in on Welt and March. Now that my father's gone, we can all relax a bit.
Has Mr. Ryosuke left?
Yes, I told him to head home for now. After all, what is going on with the Phantasmoon games has nothing to do with him. I'm really sorry, everyone, for bringing my personal family matters onto the Express.
Not at all. Mr. Ryusuke is your family, and that makes him part of our family too. And the most important thing for family is to be together. So he's welcome to drop by anytime.
Madame Pearl sent a message to the Express just now, inviting our supplicant to a meeting. She'll have a private car waiting for us. Yes, the meeting won't be held in some stuffy, formal reception room. She would like us to visit and tour the headquarters of a company under her name instead. Himeko, you know about Pearlux Corp, right?
Of course. It's the biggest entertainment conglomerate in plain Arcadia.
Entertainment company?
That's right. Pearlux Corp is a titan, dominating the entertainment consumer market, including cartoons, comics, games, toys, and the like. They've cornered half the market.
Oh, so that's where the Pearl in Pearlux comes from. It's a play on her name.
Did Pearl mention what she wanted to talk about?
She didn't say much, but she specifically mentioned wanting to discuss the developments regarding the Phantasmoon games, and that she could provide us with a bit of help.
Helping her opponents in the Eonic game? Oh, looks like she realizes we are all in the same boat. Perhaps she has also realized that the Phantasmoon games cannot be artificially manipulated.
We may be able to get a clearer picture of Pearl's intentions after we meet with her.
Think about it. You've already crossed paths with key figures from numerous factions, and even built rapport with some. You're already a capable nameless who can more than hold your own. Though she holds a high administrative position on this planet, do not forget, she is also one of the 10 Stonehearts. You've already dealt with Aventurine on numerous occasions, so you should have ample experience handling members of the 10 Stonehearts.
Hey, don't worry. If things do get messy, yours truly is here to save the day.
Looks like March wants to visit too.
I'm just trying to look out for her here. Even if things do go sideways, Pearl wouldn't dare get mad at two adorable young ladies like us, right?
Well then, I'll leave this meeting to you two.
Aren't you coming with us, Himeko?
I'd like to talk with my father. Didn't he say he would hand over the records about the Phantasmoon games from our family history to me? And honestly, isn't this a good chance for you youngsters to handle things independently?
I understand. In that case, she, March, and I will be heading out now.
Oh, score! A private car! So, where are we getting picked up?
You should be familiar with it. It's just under the giant gate next to the At Plaza.
Isn't that where we first met Sparksy? Since we're getting chauffeured there, why not just come straight to us? Perfect! I've been wanting to stop by the comic store to grab a copy of Fluffy Across the Blue.
We'll head out when you're ready.
Destination Pearlux headquarters. And let's grab a copy of the Fluffy while we're at it. This is just perfect.
There may be some information in the family records that could help us. It's just that whenever I think about talking with my father, I can't help feeling uneasy. Someone like me, who's always putting on a composed front, can end up giving everyone a laugh. When you think about it like that, the meeting with Pearl doesn't seem so scary, now does it?
「先祖の記録は役に立つものかもしれない。ただ父さんと話さないとって思うとなんだか落ち着かないわ。いつも落ち着きのある振る舞いを心がけてる私でもこうやって笑われちゃう日が来るの。そう思えばパールさんとの面会もちょっと怖くなくなったんじゃない？
主生グループへレッツゴー。ついでにモフモフ号を変えれば我ながら完璧な計
画。準備ができたら俺たちも出発しよう。
寄って晴天航路モフモフ号買ってもいい？
ああ、あの列車の冒険譚をモデルにした漫画か。作者は時事ネタをうまく漫画に落とし込んでいるようだな。
そう、あれうちらを可愛い動物にしてるとこがいいんだよね。しかもちゃんとみんなのイメージに合ってるの。あんたもね、パットラくん。
そういえば最近モフモフ号のアニメ化が決定したという発表もあったな。その版権を握っているのがまさに俺たちがこれから向かう主生グループだ。
いい記念になるし、せっかく見かけたんだからやっぱり買っていきたい。二人ともちょっと待ってて、すぐ戻ってくるから。
ああ、どちらにせよ早く着きすぎたようだし、この世界に来てから俺もまだゆっくり街を見れていなかった。こうしよう、ひとまず別行動して用が済んだら広場の門で落ち合おう。
うん、そうしよう。それじゃちょっとブラブラしようかな。私が立てたスレ見た？マジやばい。ねえねえ、グラフィエ学院で聖地者がバトってた話聞いた？
聞いた。スレもめちゃくちゃ伸びてるよな。
火花っていう聖越者怖すぎない？配信でミームウイルスばらまくってのもマジ悪質。あんなやつを野放しにする超常現象管理局もどうかしてるよね。
火花の配信ルームはもう永久版食らってるらしいよ。請求列車の七死人がすぐ動いてくれたおかげだな。
次の聖越者は何をやらかすのかな。
晴天航路モフモフ号の最新話もう読んだ？なあ、晴天航路モフモフ号の最新話読んだ？
悪いけどそういう子供っぽいのはあんまり好きじゃないんだよな。
漫画に登場したあのパムの巨大ロボの公式設計図がついに公開されたんだ。
あんな現実味のないメカデザインのどこがいいんだ？
そこまで言わなくても少しくらい話を合わせてくれたっていいだろ。
Have you read the new chapter of Fluffy Across the Blue?
Sorry, I'm not into comics for kids.
They just released the official concept art for that giant pom-pom robot!
That mech design is totally unrealistic. What's so great about it?
Do you have the slightest clue how to talk to other people? Do you?
Hey, relax. Now, if we were talking about a fusion between Daybreak Squadron and the Raccoon, that would totally get my attention.
Wow! You are unbelievably childish!
I've tried buying a copy of The Fluffy from a couple of stores, but they were always sold out. I really hope this store has it in stock.
What happened?
I've tried buying...
モフモフ号が欲しくて何軒もお店を回ったんだけど、どこも売り切れで。今度こそ買えるといいな。星々よ、きらめいて。人は手この札で書店を見尽くさん。幸があらんことを承服。あら残念、代表よ。
豪華ゲスト
二人に不可能花々よ。咲いて。もう痛いわね。じゃういっそ
遊んで頑張って。
幸があらんことを承服。
火花の終わりが来るまで踊っちゃおう。
短く記憶は流れ星を待ってる。愛で私を心に刻んで。愛で憎しみを断ちましょう。
かくれんぼし答え見つけてごらん。
瞬き禁止よ。怪物の結末を書き換えましょう。愛で憎しみを断ちましょう。人は天この札で書店を見尽くさん。あら残念、代表よ。
you